know, motherfuckers, what's happening?
Back up in this bitch for another one. This is Connecticut's most controversial podcast. This is the Domino Effect. And as always, I go by the name of Domino. Appreciate you for tuning in. If you listen on audio, you know, on your SoundCloud, your iTunes, your Google Play, Stitches, all of those. If you're watching on Twitch right now, I fuck with you. If you're watching on Facebook right now, I fuck with you. YouTube, I fuck with you. Now, the guest I have today, you know, I've talked to a lot of people. You know, I've talked to musicians, I've talked to actual artists, you know, managers, you know, people in politics or whatever. The guest I have now is the first of her occupation I have talked to, that I've been wanting to talk to for a while. You know, I don't judge nobody. You do what you do. I just want to, you know, get down to brass tacks and get to like the bottom of like why people do what they do and, you know, why they are where they are in their lives type of shit. You know, she is an exotic dancer, just so you guys know beforehand. Like I said, I don't judge nobody, you know, just trying to get to know people, see what they got going on. And she was gracious enough to give us her time. And in the building we have right now, we have Princess.
Hi.
How are you, Princess?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming. Are you shy? You all right?
I'm good.
You good? Okay, cool. How was your day?
It was good.
What'd you do today?
I woke up early. I had my niece, so I experienced her online schooling.
Mm-hmm.
That was fun.
That was fun.
Yeah.
I mean, this online schooling thing, I got 2 kids, so this online schooling thing ain't the best thing. They need to be in the classroom, but them looking at a computer screen, which they already probably do all day with like YouTube and shit like that.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the best thing for them to do, but you know, whole pandemic out here. Now, like I said in the beginning, Princess is an exotic dancer. You know, I don't want to call her stripper. Exotic dancer, woman of the night. Well, no, that's prostitutes. My bad. That's not you. But are you working right now? Like, are you back in the clubs working?
Yes, I've been back in the club for about 3 weeks.
Okay. And how's that working in the pandemic? How is like popping ass in a pandemic? How is that?
I love
scary?
it so much more with the mask.
Why? Why?
I mean, first, like, you know, you get drunk, you're talking loud, you're close in people's face, so it's like protecting my face.
Right.
I'm on stage, I wear my mask so nobody's in my face.
Got you.
Dances, we have our mask on. Anytime it's off is like basically at the bar when I'm drinking or sitting down.
Okay. So as far as you know, everything's been up to code, everything's been safe as far as, you know, with everyone being safe, you know, just being cleanly in the clubs and stuff like that.
Yes.
No one's caught in the Rona.
Yes.
Okay, good to hear. Now, did you have like a apprehension about going back to work at all?
Yeah, I felt like a lot of people weren't going to go back. And then going back and then having the club closed down again, that was kind of my fear.
Now, what do you do when you aren't working? Like, do you have enough saved up to where you can live and be sustainable, or were you like doing like side hustles?
That's how I survived this COVID. I had money saved up. I also do work online. I do OnlyFans.
Okay.
And then I work for Monet, a hair company.
Oh, okay, all right. Now, is OnlyFans as profitable as the club?
Oh, yes.
All right, so let's get fucking down to it. All right, so now, how much would you say that you make on OnlyFans? Maybe like a month, ballpark.
Like an extra 1,000. I don't really go so hard because I'm still trying to figure out if that's
That's your lane.
Yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of people on OnlyFans, they busting it wide.
Yeah.
They doing tricks. They got like porn on there basically.
Yeah.
But that's not you. You just on there, you know.
Literally making a living off OnlyFans.
See now, I kind of admire and I kind of like I'm hating how easy it is for some women to actually make money and to live off of OnlyFans. Like that shit, like the boom of OnlyFans in the past, I guess year and a half or so, where it was like OnlyFans popped up, I guess, to be something that celebrities signed on to. It was like only your fans get this special content, like them playing music, unreleased music, and then like when I guess models and like exotic dancers got into it, they really took the game over. It was like, your OnlyFans is for like stripping and titties and ass and all that shit.
Yeah, like a virtual strip club.
It's a virtual strip club. Now, when did you start stripping?
It's actually 3 years this month,
3 years.
October.
How old are you, matter of fact?
24.
24. So you started when you was 21.
Yes.
Okay, so it'll be 3 years soon that you've been stripping.
Yeah.
Now, why did you decide to start stripping?
I've always liked to dance, but I think like social media, like I seen it so much and I was like, I want to do that. I want to make money. It seems so easy.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just went for it.
Was it the fast money that attracted you, or was it just like,
yeah,
I just
the
want to?
fast money. I didn't like the job that I was working at. And I was like, why not try?
Okay. Now, what jobs did you have before you started stripping?
I was in customer service, and then I also was medical assisting.
You were a medical assistant. Okay, and none of those gave you the money that you desired to live the lifestyle that you wanted.
No, not after I started stripping. I was like, this is the best thing.
Okay, now, well, let's back up. Let's start from the beginning. Princess, where are you from?
I'm from Hartford.
You're from Hartford. Okay. Now, what's it like? What was it like growing up in Hartford for you?
I was really outside a lot. I have an older sister. I always wanted to be around her.
Mm-hmm.
I was around a lot of guys, even like in school, high school. I didn't really have that much girlfriends. But yeah, my life was pretty simple as a kid.
Pretty simple as a kid, because I don't hear the best things about Hartford. So it's like, it's struggle, it's strife, it's hard times. You got your good times, but it's a lot of hard. It's kind of like, any other hood, any other place. You got your Bridgeports, you got your New Havens. It's kind of like that. But now, your older sister, does she know what you do for a living?
Yes.
Is she okay with it?
Yeah.
Like she didn't try to talk you out of it. She didn't try to like deter you. Like, no, stay a medical assistant.
No.
Okay, what does she do?
She's actually unemployed.
Okay.
Yeah.
But did she have like a normal job before that?
Dunkin' Donuts.
Okay, cool. I'm just saying, well, with you making the money that you do and your older sister, obviously being an influence on you, she would have tried to, I guess, talk you out of it. Now, has she like looked at you? Because if you said that she's unemployed, she wants to be making some type of income, has she looked to you as like, how much money are you actually making? Like, has she come to you about the possibility of stripping?
I mean, I brought the idea to OnlyFans to her. I don't want to really say too much about that, but
that's fine. That's fine. That is okay. So now, at 21, do you quit? Do you get fired from these jobs?
I gave the doctor my 3 weeks notice. And I actually didn't even find a job before that. I just said, I'm giving you my 3 weeks and I'll figure it out. And then after I started bartending in West Haven, and then a friend of mine at the time told me about a strip club, because I kept telling them, like, I want to be a stripper, like, I'm going to do it. And she's like, well, there's a strip club across from where I work. And I went on a Tuesday, and ever since then, I've been working.
Okay. Now, what was the, I guess, audition process? Like when you walk, like, do you just walk in on like a Tuesday and it's like afternoon and you look for the boss and say, hey, I want to work? Like, what's the protocol?
So for every girl, I want to say it's different for audition. Some will actually make you get dressed, go on stage, and they'll look at how you do, or someone might just hire you off the spot.
Okay. So how you hire someone off the spot not knowing what they can do? Are they just like a pretty face and you hope they get money?
Yeah, that was my case.
Okay, but you just happen to know how to dance or like to dance?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Now, what was your first night like when you, I guess, got the job? You got the okay. He says, hey, come in on this day.
Yeah, so he told me, come on Tuesday. I guess that was his night. And I went in. He showed me around the club. I guess people, notice you when you're new at the club. So I was sitting with a customer. I was having a couple drinks. And then, like, it was getting time for me to go on stage. I went on stage and I did fine. I was comfortable. I wasn't nervous.
Okay.
Only thing is I didn't know that I had to go on stage again. I thought it was just a one-time.
You thought just a one-time thing. You just go the fuck home?
So when he called Princess again, I'm like, I already went on stage. And he's like, no, you got to go on again.
Oh, no, baby. You working.
There's a rotation.
Yeah, there's a rotation. You working, baby. Okay. So now, are you allowed to name that club? Like I don't like, the reason I brought you here is because like I've talked to maybe like 2 strippers outside of the strip club, and I know little to nothing about, strip club life, what goes on behind the scenes, what goes on when you home, whatever the case may be. Now, so your first night, you do well. Now, what strip club was this that you were working at?
Scores in New Haven.
Scores in New Haven. All right. And do you have like other clubs that you're working at as well, or just that one club?
When I first started, that was the only club I was working at.
Okay. And how many nights a week were you working?
I started off at 4, and then I just worked Friday, Saturday.
Okay. Is that when the most money comes in? The weekend?
Yes, because there was an after hours, so that was kind of like working 2 clubs at once.
Got you. Now, how much money have you made in one night? Would you say?
I would say the night that Mano came to
Jesus fucking Christ.
Scores, I went home with $1,400.
Whew. 1,400. That's not bad. And
Yeah.
and that's split between how many other women?
Oh no, it wasn't split. That was my money.
Oh, that was just your money.
Yeah.
Okay, because I would think that Mano, he in there throwing racks, and all those women went home with their rent paid.
Yeah. It could have been more if I went home with him, but I didn't want that.
Okay. So now, how many offers do you get like on a weekly basis of like, come home with me, I'll pay you this much?
I mean, probably once every shift of mine.
Okay. Now, have you ever taken any of these offers?
No.
No. Okay, what's the highest someone has like wanted to give you to go home with them? What's the most?
I'd say 1,000.
1,000. It's not bad. You worth more than 1,000, shit.
Yeah.
I mean, now, let's see. Now, you spoke about your sister. What about your parents? Are your parents around?
My father has passed away, and my mom is still around.
Okay. Does she approve of the lifestyle?
At first, no.
At first, no.
Yeah, I kind of hid it from her because I started off as bartending, and then I just hid that I was going to the club to dance until she found out.
And what was her response when she found out?
She actually pulled up at me on me at the club right before I was going into the after hours. So it starts at 2. So I was going to the car to put my bag away, and I seen her in the parking lot, and yeah.
And did she give you like a stern talking to, or was it like, did she took you home with her? Like,
I feel like it was more like she was in shock, like she really seen me there. Yeah.
It had to be fucked up to see. I mean, does your mother come from like a Christian background, a faith-based background, or she was just like, I can't believe my daughter's doing this?
Yeah, just because I went to school, she's just like, what'd you do all this for?
You went to college?
Well, the medical assisting after high school.
Okay. I mean, I guess I kind of get it. Now, you don't have any kids, right?
No.
Now, if your daughter wanted to do something like this, what would be your, I guess, reaction, or what would you think about it?
I would definitely want her to talk to me about it. I wouldn't want to find out the way that my mom did, but I'm totally open to it.
Okay, now you don't plan on doing it, like, you don't plan on making this like a career or nothing, right? This is just
no. I want to give it another year, and then I'm done.
Another year, and you're done.
Yeah, so 25 and I'm done.
Okay, and what's the plan after that?
I'm still trying to figure that out. I want to open up a business, and I want to get out of Connecticut.
Okay, so you want to open a business, you want to get out of Connecticut. Do you have any idea where you want to go as a downside? Because most people go to, like, the spot to go to now is like Texas.
Hell yeah, I'm going to Houston.
Atlanta, Florida, maybe. You might want to go to LA. So you definitely want to go to Texas.
Yeah, it's been Houston. That's where I want to go.
Okay, so what's the draw to Houston? Why you want to go there?
I went when I was really younger, and I fell in love with it, and it stuck with me. Like, Houston is where I want to be.
Now, what business do you plan on opening?
Beauty. Like lashes. I do lashes on the side.
Okay.
Makeup, hair. Like, I just want to do an all-in-one shop.
Okay. Now, if you move into Houston, you got to deal with a lot of competition, right?
Oh, yeah, that's everywhere.
I mean, it's not so much in Connecticut. It's like,
there's a lot of lash artists around
It's
here.
a lot of lash artists. I know a few in Hartford. I know a few, all around Connecticut. But it's like, Houston's like a small fish in a big ass pond type thing. So everybody do something. Now, let's see. where I want to take this. What's maybe like the biggest misconception about strippers?
Me.
Because it's like, get a girl like you who's been to school, had a regular job, said that shit ain't for me. And then, you want to strip. I guess like the misconception is like, oh, she a hoe, she don't know what dad, this, that, and the third. Like, what's the biggest misconception that you think?
I would say the daddy issues and that you're a hoe and you sell your body.
Now, did you have a good relationship with your father before you passed?
I've never met him.
You never met him?
Yeah.
Okay. So do you have daddy issues?
I mean, I guess, but that's not the reason I started dancing. It was a choice. It wasn't because, I didn't have my father in my life.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Now, have you seen like a lot of movies when it comes to like stripping, or a lot of TV shows when they talk about the strip club life and everything like that?
No.
Maybe like Players Club or like P Valley or something like that? No. So now what they portray is that, I guess all girls get along, there is some cattiness to it, but it seems like, girls get along, they're with each other, they help each other out, but then like another side of it is that like it's pure just competition, this bitch better not get in my way, she better not take my money. Now you said at the beginning or like, off camera that you don't have any friends. Like what's the reason behind that?
I lost a lot of friends after high school. I'm big on loyalty, and I just cut people off quickly. Why
though? What's the reason? Like to say I don't have any friends or I don't fuck with people says a lot, because a lot of girls like that is like something's wrong.
Like I'm the issue? No.
Yeah, man. Who knows?
I don't know. I get along with guys so much.
And that's a
more.
Problem.
So I guess they look at me like, I had a bad experience in high school with that, but I'm just more comfortable with guys. And I'm not a jealous female. Like, I would love to have a lot of female friends. But I guess just being dolo, like, I just work better that way. No distractions, no drama.
So who do you go to when you have a problem, though? Do you just internalize it, or do you, what do you do?
I write it down. I like to write a lot.
Okay. What do you write? You write poetry, you write music, what?
My feelings, kind of like a diary type of thing.
Okay, cool. Now, I guess like the strip club experience, like when you first started, what's the best advice that you got when you started?
Someone told me the game is sold, not told. I guess that would be my best advice that I got.
Okay. Now, have you learned to I guess, is there a switch that you hit when you walk through the door at a strip club? So,
like an alter ego?
Well, not an alter ego, but it's like, I guess you go into the strip club and you have to have that, I got to get this money mentality, like a switch goes off.
Of course. You just have to get selfish a little bit in the club, but still have respect for the other girls, common sense. And whatever problem you have to leave it outside, because, you carry that on your face, and you have to, give your customer a fantasy, a good time.
Now, do you think that's a lot of things that the other girls carry with them? Like they're like selfless, they think about everybody else. They're just there to do a job, and then they leave. They don't bring the shit into the club.
Some. I would say the younger girls kind of still have that to learn.
The younger girls, so they're younger than you?
Yeah, like I think you could be like 18 to dance.
Really?
Yeah, with like a notary or something like that.
Didn't know that shit.
Yeah.
Now, have you learned to so you've been there, so you've been doing this 3 years now. Have you learned the tricks of the trade, or you still do you feel like there's still some things that you need to learn?
Oh, I still learn every night at the club, but
can you spot money? Like when a nigga
walk? Or when they try and tell me oh, you just made $100. I'm like, I know what $100 looks like on the floor.
Right. Okay, so how do you, so do you feel like giving up the tricks of the trade? Like, you cool with that?
No, it's sold.
Oh, God damn. I just asked you if there's anything you didn't want to talk about. Now, do you have any regulars?
Yes. I don't have that many regulars at the club that I work at now. But my first club, definitely.
Mm-hmm. And like, how much were they spending? Like, was it like a weekly basis, bi-weekly, monthly?
It'd be like every night they would come, like,
Every night?
yeah, it would be like the same thing.
Mm.
Always do like a VIP or a few dances, like the
Mm.
same treatment.
Now, did you know like the relationship status? Like, were they single, married,
Oh, I
divorced?
always ask. Well, who knows if they were telling the truth, but married, single.
You dealt with all of them, single,
Yeah.
married. Okay. Now, have you ever had anyone that was obsessed with you? So you got a regular, and then you. Yeah, so, talk about it. We on the
my
podcast,
God.
baby.
I guess we can get into that. So
Let's talk about it.
My first club, I did have a guy that turned into being obsessed with me. I'm not gonna say he wasn't my type, but I don't really usually go for those kind of guys. But like he was very persistent. He would come every night and do a VIP with me, whether I danced for him or I just sat there and listened to him trying to convince me to go out with him.
Okay.
And then, you know, like I just gave in. He was being so nice.
You went on a date with him?
No. I just kind of like started spending time with him at the club, outside the club, but we didn't really officially go on a date or anything. He would spoil me. He actually gave me my dog that I love so much now.
Okay. Now, older man, younger man?
Oh, he was older.
Sugar daddy. Got it.
No, not sugar daddy, like
But
in
just
his 30s.
30s, okay.
Yeah.
That's acceptable. Okay.
But it definitely turned into being very obsessive. And it's not like I strung him along or anything like that. He just didn't get the word no. Like, you know, I don't see you that way. This is my job. And yeah.
But you can see how you can misconstrue that when you spending time with him outside the club and he buying you gifts and you're taking the gifts.
Yeah.
But you know, okay. But are you still in contact with this man or?
No.
No. So you took the dog and just bounced.
No, I took the dog and then it was still lingering around. And then I got into a relationship and he was trying to ruin that. And then he actually just like finally got it because I had my boyfriend get involved.
Okay. Okay, get involved. Okay, gotcha. Now, are you still with this boyfriend?
No.
No. Okay, now how did he take you going out at night and dancing?
Well, he told me he supported it, but I don't know how truthful that was.
I mean, every man's fantasy is kind of at some point or another is to, you know, to bag the stripper, be with a stripper, you know, stuff like that. So I guess, so he kind of sold you on like, nah, baby, I'm cool with you doing all this.
Yeah, like, go do you, get that money. And then like, I just feel like, what were you doing while I was at the club? Like,
you said that to him or he
like
felt like
in
that
my
with
head,
you?
I was just like, does he really support it? Like, what are you doing while I'm at the club?
Now, do you feel like that you can have a relationship in dance?
Yeah, why not?
I mean, like, realistically, you know, I don't know a lot of men who are comfortable.
I mean, you just have to have the right mentality and be understanding with your partner and trust, obviously, because, you know, you could go to the strip club and leave and do something else, or you could go home.
Right. I mean, you know, you did have that invite from Mano, so, you know.
Yeah,
like,
I said no.
I know you said no, but anything can happen. But you know, when you like, even when niggas have girls and they go out to the club, like anything can happen. You get drunk, you vibing with a nigga, you go home with the niggas. Like, oh, I was out with my girls all night, my phone died. It's like mad shit can happen. Now, do you feel like you could find love in the club? Like, is there a chance?
Yeah.
Yeah, you feel like. So has there ever been like somebody that you was like feeling? When you,
I mean, I thought it was gonna be the stalker that I had, but I was just like, it's really not gonna work out because
that's what you call him, the stalker. This nigga got a name and shit. But you know, fuck him. Now, has that happened since where you saw a man get like a little too touchy feely? He was like, you know, coming too often to the club. Like, has that happened since?
No.
No, everyone's pretty much kept their distance and kept it cordial, kept it to just a dance.
Yep.
Okay. Now, what's your daily routine like? Because I don't know what strippers do outside of the club. I know, you know, they do their shit on stage, they get their money, go home, and then what happens after that?
Some of them have their 9-to-5 jobs. Me, I don't. I work from home, so
Mm.
Kind of sleep in a little bit, wake
Right.
up, do my errands.
When you want.
Yeah.
So you just like
Bank runs and get ready for another night at work.
bank runs. I like the sound of that. So you just your own boss. So you do your thing at the club. You wake up when you want. You do what you want, and then you just go right back to the club and just it's a constant repeat.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, is there like a now? Do you like work out at all? Do you like watch what you eat? Like, is there like a thing with that? Make sure you don't get too fucked up, too out of place in the club, so you just maintain that same.
Yeah, before COVID, yeah, but then after COVID, I gained a little bit of weight.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to get that off now.
Okay. Are you back in the gym?
I haven't been to the gym in literally 3 years.
Mm. Okay, so you just get your workout on stage.
Yeah.
And that's it. Okay. Now, let's see. Now, another misconception. Well, not a misconception because it happens a lot of strip clubs. Now, this is whole like champagne room, like shit, right? Where it's like, yo, some women will actually sell you pussy inside the club, and you can go to these special rooms and do that.
Yeah.
In the club that you have worked in, have you experienced that happening?
Oh yeah, my first club, Scores.
That
Bad
happens.
reputation.
I mean, I heard not so good things about Scores. I didn't know that was happening, or I didn't hear from them. Right, I know it happens in a lot of Bridgeport clubs, but not,
Oh yeah, that too.
Okay. Now, has anyone? I'm pretty sure they made that offer to you, but how often do you get that offer?
Oh my God, in Scores, it was like all night long because that's what they're used to. That's their expectation.
So they fucked it up for you.
Yeah.
Basically.
And then they would wonder, like, why do you work here?
Because you're not fucking.
Yeah, and it still works out for me.
Now, is that why you left Scores?
No, Scores got shut down.
Didn't it get shut down after that shooting?
No. Well, I don't know. I think it reopened, but they just recently closed, like last summer, I think.
I'm not up on my strip club shit, so I go to the strip club maybe once every 3 months, something like that. And if I do go, I go with my girl or something like that. It's never like nothing crazy. Now, so your daily routine is you work, you do what the fuck you want, don't work out, you just do what the fuck you want. Now, do you practice your routine beforehand, or you just go in there and like just let the vibes get you?
Yeah, just the music freestyle.
Freestyle. Now, do you give the DJ songs that you want to hear and that you like to dance to, or is it just like he play whatever?
No, I'm not picky.
No. Okay. So you don't have like a signature song that like sets the club up when you go on the stage and.
Nope.
Okay. Now, what is like your signature move that like gets you, I guess, all your. I mean, I ain't asked you to demonstrate this shit or nothing like that.
No, I mean, I guess one of the DJs say I have that bounce. I don't know what that means, but maybe that's my signature move, a bounce.
You have that bounce?
Yeah.
You know what that shit mean. I don't know why she acting shy like she don't know what this shit mean. Now, how many niggas try to like save you inside the strip club? Like, oh, you too good for this. Oh, you shouldn't be here. You too pretty a girl. Like, you shouldn't be stripping. Let me take care of you.
I get that a few times a night, but then I just go back and forth and I'm just like, what kind of stripper do you want to see in the club? Like, not a pretty one.
I mean, man, you got your simps, your niggas that, think that they can actually pull you from the lifestyle and I guess make a quote unquote good girl out of you.
Yeah.
But, I don't know I don't know a stripper with a bad personality. Like, they're all like good people. They just chose this lifestyle for one reason or another. Now, have you run into like those wrecks of like human beings that just are in the club where it's just like she's in the club because like she got daddy issues or she's fucked up and she's been, here, there, everywhere?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it like often or is it just like kind of scarce?
I'd say scarce, but definitely in the first club because that club it was kind of like they hired anybody. A lot of young girls, and then girls just making money for like the wrong reasons.
Okay. Let's see what else I got. What's the wildest offer that you've ever gotten? You know, besides the coming home with me and the, you know, the.
Someone was like, I want to put you in some bubbles.
What?
Exactly.
What? I want to put you in bubbles?
Yeah, he's like, I just want to see you in bubbles. And he kept telling me that. I'm like, what does that mean? And
I don't know what the fuck that means.
I guess he just wanted to see me like in a bathtub.
Oh, so like a bubble bath.
Yeah.
I mean, okay. I mean, now what other weird fetishes, I guess, come out at the club? Like, what do these guys be paying to see you do or do to them, or like?
There's a lot of guys that like to be like kind of abused in the back.
Mm.
They want to be stepped on, choked, smacked, talked down to.
Like they want their nuts stepped on type of shit, or like they want to be okay. So they want the dominatrix to the BDSM shit. Now, do you do it?
Oh, I've never got that offer to me.
Oh, okay.
I've just heard.
But would you do it?
Probably. I don't know about like the talking shit to them, because that has to come from somewhere.
I mean, no, not really. All you gotta do is channel something. All you gotta do is like, you know, if that's what this dude wants, he's paying for a fantasy. So all you have to do, like you do on stage, you just provide the fantasy. I guess in his normal life, he's, you know, very masculine, and you know he's the boss of everything. And then at some point, he wants to be, you know, submissive. He wants that lifestyle. But I mean, it has to come from somewhere. Now, in case. So you say in a year you want to quit and you have a backup plan of what you want to do. If that plan doesn't work, will you go back to dancing?
No.
No.
I mean, like if it's like I'm suffering and like I need no.
So what do you think the backup plan would be? Like, is there a backup to the backup plan?
I mean, my backup plan right now is OnlyFans. Like I said before, I still don't know if I want to just put my all into that. Because then you just like put under a category of that.
Okay. Now, what type of content is on OnlyFans if people out there want to subscribe or stuff like that?
That fly is killing me.
I'm telling you.
Content on OnlyFans. A lot of just nudity, showers, yeah, just like a lot of nudity, dancing.
Okay. Now, would you take it further than that on OnlyFans?
I would, but I'm still debating on that. Because I feel like once I go there, like I can't come back from that.
Yes, you can. Kim Kardashian had a whole fucking sex tape. Now she's training to be a lawyer. Like, you know, that's why I don't say like strippers or people that have like this type of like, I don't want to call it sex work, but it kind of is sex work because you're selling like a fantasy, you know, whatever. But a lot of women have made like, you know, the transition from that lifestyle to something else. You know, you got your Cardi B's, you got your, you know, Trina's, you know, you got your Eves. I mean, Amber, I don't know how bad Amber Rose is doing because she back on OnlyFans, so I don't know what that is. If y'all got that link, you know, if you want to share that, you know.
I just heard her podcast, with No Jumper.
She has a podcast? Oh, okay. Yeah,
she was on No Jumper, yeah.
And what was she talking about on there?
That she loves doing OnlyFans with her husband. Like, he's like the mind behind their content. And she likes it because it makes her feel like she's back in the strip club.
I guess, but that sounds more like a pimp than anything else. I mean, if your man is controlling, if your man told you to get on OnlyFans, it's like, hey, this is money for us and we can make this money. It's like, I don't see the, because Amber Rose already has pictures out there, so I don't see the point of a OnlyFans. Like, what special content are you giving us? It's like nothing that we haven't seen before.
Right.
But I don't know. I mean, teach his own. Now, do you see yourself ever going down that road where it's like incorporating like your boyfriend or your man into your business?
Yeah, why not?
She cool with it. I fuck with it. Now, do you think while doing the club lifestyle that you will find a man that's cool with that? Like just doing that with you? Because like, the man that was stalking you, he wanted you all to himself, but you know, the man that'll share you is like that's either a different type of love or he's a pimp.
Right. I feel like a lot of guys are more open to the adult industry. And obviously when there's money involved, they're like, why not? Let's do it together.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, is porn off the table for you?
I mean, I had the idea, but I hear OnlyFans is paid more than porn nowadays.
I mean, yeah, but you know, it's like you said, once you do that, I don't know if you can actually come back from that. So, I mean, putting that type of content out there is, you know, you got to get your angles right. You got to get cameras. You got to get all that shit right.
If anything, I would rather do that on OnlyFans. Do my version of porn on OnlyFans.
Now, the shelf life of OnlyFans don't seem that long. I feel like once people get what they want, they might subscribe for maybe like 2, 3, 4 months, and then like once it's like, all right, it's the same titty, you know, it's the same ass every month. Like, what am I seeing different? Like, how do you plan to, I guess, make your OnlyFans more exciting for people to subscribe and get that money?
You have to take requests. Some subscribe to be nosy. Some want to see what you have up there.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's some that just come back and forth.
Now, how much do you charge on OnlyFans?
I charge $19.99.
So $20 a month?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Doesn't sound bad. Let's see what else I got for questions. Yeah, that's pretty much all the fuck I got.
Damn.
Yeah, you ran through all my questions and shit.
Those were your personal questions?
Yeah, those was questions that, you know, just thoughts that I had with the strip club life and everything that it encompasses. From what I've seen on TV, you know, I've heard from, you know, a lot of strippers like that shit ain't real, you know, that's not how the strip club is run, where it's like, you know, y'all like the camaraderie of it all and all that shit. But, you know, y'all get in there, y'all make y'all money, and then, you know, I guess y'all just go home and that's it.
Yeah, you do what you want with it.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty much all I got. Is there anything else that I'm missing or that you feel like people need to know? Or like
you actually ran through some questions I didn't know you was gonna ask, but
yeah, you know, I try to do my research. I don't, like I said, I don't be in a strip club like that, so I don't know how much research I could have did. But you know, I asked my man, you know, to hook me up with somebody so I can get some insight. So shout out to Poet. Appreciate you for looking out.
Shout out to Poet.
Appreciate him for looking out. I guess if he like, you know, promote yourself. You know, there's people watching. There's people gonna listen on SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, Spotify, YouTube, iHeartRadio.
Oh, you put this on YouTube?
Wherever the fuck you get your podcasts, we are there. So
you can follow me on Instagram.
Do you want your face blocked or anything? Like you just
what?
I'm just saying because you said on YouTube. Like
no, I'm saying like you put it up on YouTube?
I put it up everywhere.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
is it like just audio or?
It's audio and now it's visual. You know, I'm starting to get back into the visual aspect because you know I took a break for a little while. Had some personal shit going on, and now I'm getting back into the flow of shit. So now, you know, it was just audio at first, and now I'm starting to incorporate this video shit. Shout out to my man G, and you know, we trying to do something with this, trying to, you know, take this a little further. You know,
like this setup.
Get people out there. Yeah, it's all my man G. You don't have any aspirations of doing music and nothing like that, right?
I wish.
You wish you had the aspirations. You don't want to do music? Yeah, I wish
I could do it, but
yes, you can. Just get a fucking beat. There's a mic right there. There's all types of shit in here. You know, just hit up G. You know, he got the setup. He got all that.
We might have to schedule a session.
Hey G, yo, get us some beats. Get Vizzy down here. Get some beats. We can get shit done. So yeah, promote yourself. You know, your OnlyFans, your Twitter, your Instagram, all that good shit.
So you can follow me on Instagram at the only Amberly and my OnlyFans at Amberly.
Yeah, subscribe, give us some money just in case another pandemic hits, so she got something to fall back on. You know, she only want to get his club shit another year.
Yep, so, and I'm done.
So she says she's done. We'll see. Now, why is 25 the cutoff?
For me, like I just feel like I can't go any longer than that.
You can't, but
like I would feel weird, like being 26, 27. You know, they ask in the strip club, "How old are you?"
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like 25, that's the last age I'll tell them in the club that I
I
am.
literally have seen women with like C-section scars and like bullet wounds and like they working like my like I've seen. I remember I went to the club one time. I seen my nigga mom there. Like this nigga I went to like grade school with. His mom was working, and she at the time she was a good like late 30s, early 40s.
Some girls work while they're pregnant.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I get, I cool. I mean,
Right.
that's kind of
You gotta get set for that baby.
yeah. I wouldn't, want to be shaking ass and I got a whole fetus inside of me, but to get it how you live. If that's how you got to do it, then that's how you got to do it. But let's see. Anything else before I get off the mic? I know it's gonna be a fucking question I think of as soon as this shit wraps. I don't know, but I do want to hear more stories from exotic dancers. So, if you want to come back, well, you don't have fucking friends. Like, are you cool with any industry?
I could pull. I have 2 girls in mind. I could pull from the club.
Okay, so
I mean, friend. Like, I feel like friend is
friend is a
that's a sensitive word.
right.
So
I feel you.
yeah, there's bitches that I fuck with in the club that
Yeah,
I could pull in here.
yeah, definitely. I want to, get some more in here, get some more insight, see if I can, talk to them and get their story and get their lifestyle. So, well, I guess another thing I want to ask you now, being that you like to dance from, I guess, like you realized that early, what made you go into like the medical assistant field?
When I was getting ready to graduate, I was still trying to figure out what I was gonna do, and there was actually a girl that told me about the medical assisting program, and she pushed me to it. I told my mom, and she was all for it, so I just did it, and I jumped on it fast because I knew I was gonna get lazy if I didn't do it right away after graduating.
Okay. Now, another thing I just thought of. Now, how many like, I guess, situations where you had in the club where like a guy got too out of control, too touchy feely, it's like he had to be thrown out type of shit? Does that happen often?
Pulling your zipper down, pulling your shit out.
Oh, niggas back out on you? Like niggas just whip out, just
Yeah, at the bar.
at the
bar.
it's
Yeah,
other people at the bar.
he got kicked out ASAP. And also in the lap dance area too. Really touchy. And you're telling them no, and then it's like I'm gonna be nice because they're not gonna be nice. The bouncers are they're ready to.
They got a job. That's the only reason they there. They're angry motherfuckers want to throw niggas out. Now, have you ever been scared? Like, is there a night that you've been scared?
Like a customer?
Either a customer, either like a night that you was overwhelmed where it was just like too much going on. Like,
yeah, some nights when it's really crowded, I get like overwhelmed.
Anxiety.
I guess.
You got to have some type of. Okay, so you on stage, you close off.
I mean, when I'm on stage, like the anxiety, that's gone. But
That's
like
gone.
when I'm like sitting back and I'm looking at all the people in the club, that gets me overwhelmed. And I'll go to like the smoking lounge, go to the bathroom, the dressing room.
So that switch comes on where.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, is there like a mental health regimen that you go through? Because I guess to be an exotic dancer, you have to have some type of mindset where it's like you can't let this shit affect you, whether it be the customers, the women that you work with, the owners. Like there has to be some like what's your release when it's all said and done? Like when you leave the club, what's your getaway? What
brings me back down?
Yeah, what brings you back down to
I guess like being on my way home, like my safe place. And the night is done and I'm making it home safe, I guess.
I mean, but to me, when you say that, that would imply that there's just too much going on. Like there's too many emotions going on for you to deal with, and then when you get in the car and you're on your way home, there's that sigh of relief. Now, is that something that you've always dealt with, where it's like, I'm doing this because I like to do it, but it's still a mental strain.
Right, you have to be very mentally strong for it. But I guess when I'm done and I'm by myself, like I'm good.
Are you an introvert by nature?
Yes.
Okay. So I don't know a lot of introverts that dance. A lot of them like that out there in your face, people like the people person. I don't know a lot of dancers that are like just
Like, I'm an introvert, but I do like meeting new people, having conversation.
Mm.
But
You got extrovert tendencies.
Yeah, but after that, like, this is it. Like, I'm going back home by myself and I'm good.
Just you and the dog.
Yes.
What's the dog's name?
Fenty.
Fenty. Got expensive taste. Now, do you splurge on you? Okay, so when you so you've obviously banked some money because of the pandemic. You said that you've been able to live off that and OnlyFans. Like, do you like splurge a lot on yourself?
No. I'd say my first year I splurged on myself, but now I'm way better with money. I like to save, and I know that this isn't forever, so it's like, why am I gonna spend money on materialistic things?
Okay. Now, a question in chat that we have, he said, how often do strippers get hurt or injured when they work?
I haven't seen anybody get hurt, and
Nobody sprained the ankle,
no,
trick up on a pole.
Nobody's doing any crazy shit, especially because the poles like aren't really that
sturdy.
They're like not those tall, long poles.
Oh no, I ain't talking about like the Magic City ones that go like fucking 20 stories up, but I'm talking about the ones
that. No.
Nah, but I mean, I've seen some strippers take a dive.
I mean, other than like being drunk and like almost twisting your ankle, that's about it.
Is there a point that you ever got too drunk, I guess, to calm the anxiety?
No.
Because I've seen a few strippers that have gotten too fucked up to even dance, and then they have to go on the back or they got to go home.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Does that happen often though?
No.
Do you see a lot of girls that like quit on the spot? Where it's like, this ain't for them? Like I've heard of strippers like they think they want to do it, they get up on stage, by like the end of their set they crying and then they off and then you never see them again.
No, I just hear a lot of complaining, but nothing like, I can't do this anymore, I'm quitting. No.
Or everybody just, sticks it out and be like, I got to get this money somehow, some way.
Right.
How often do you hear the excuse that like, well, not the excuse, what other like reasons have you heard for other women stripping? Other than they like it, like, the whole I'm paying my way through school.
Well, school, extra money, helping family out, or their boyfriend getting them out of jail or some shit like that.
Okay. Now, are there a lot of women at the club that do this in secret? Like they just sneak off in the middle of the night? And
a lot of girls hide it from their boyfriends.
I'm guessing they're from out of the state or out of the city, right?
Oh no, there was a girl I knew that she was local. She was actually dancing in her hometown.
Okay, cool. I mean, you got the chance for niggas to see you. Now, have you been recognized outside of the club?
Oh yeah, and I hate it.
And you so what's the conversation like? Like, hey, princess.
Hi. Like, just keep it really pushing. Like, hi, how are you? And that's it. There's nothing else we need to talk about.
I mean, like,
unless it's like someone like a genuine customer, someone that I don't mind sitting there and having a conversation with.
Okay. All right. Now, in case they do want to see you, what clubs do you work at?
Right now, I'm in Mystique and Bridgeport. Okay,
not the Stanford one.
No.
No. Okay. All right. So, what days do you work? Is it like is it when you want to work, or is it just like they set you a schedule?
When you want to work, but you definitely have to make a schedule now. And I like to do 2 days out the week and then the weekend.
Okay. All right, and then like the weekend is when you see the most profit. Now, do you work from what, like 10 to like 4, or like 10 to what? Not to 4, like 10 to 2, or like what's your hours?
During the week, a little bit early, like maybe 5 to 1. Or I can go in a little bit later, but then the weekend, like 9 to 2.
How's the food in the strip club?
That's the thing, is I never had a club that served food. Until now with the pandemic, we're serving glizzies.
So y'all serving hot dogs?
Yes.
Why the fuck are y'all selling hot dogs?
I don't know.
Why not like wings or like,
I personally don't feel like there should be any food in the strip club. I think it takes the sexiness out of the club, but
Food. Well, I mean, you get niggas in. I mean, looking at all the ass, you might get hungry. You know, niggas come in there, they smoke, they drink before they get in there. You know, you might work up an appetite. You know, who knows? I mean, anything to get more money. It's not like they just
Right.
paying you. Now, has there ever been a beef between? Because I know I heard this before. Has there ever been a beef between yourself and like the bartenders at all?
Bartender,
Because they tend to be.
they tend to be a little snotty. I did have a little, nothing serious, but
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, I'm not gonna order from her anymore. But I did have beef with a dancer. Well, she had beef with me.
Mm-hmm. And what was the beef about?
It was a party in the after hours, and actually no, it was a video shoot. So there was like money in every direction, and obviously I'm taking money that's right by my feet, and she took it as I took her money.
Okay.
And she dragged it all the way to the end of the night.
Okay. Now, is that a common thing? Because I always hear like like in a lot of clubs outside of Connecticut, where it's like the bartenders get paid way more than the strippers because they look just as good as the strippers, but they're doing way less. They're just making drinks and looking sexy. There's no clothing being taken off. There's no dancing. It's just like be nice to the customer, might get a tip, and that's it. Like, is that a common thing in the club where it's like strippers versus bartenders?
Well, I think, yeah, but I think I hear that mostly like in the city. The bartenders make good money out there, good tips. But even like in my club, like I know there's bartenders that have their regulars that come in and they're there for them and they get tipped out really good.
Okay. Now, do you plan on spending your next year that you until you give this up for good, or do you plan on spending that year in Mystique? Or do you plan on like going somewhere else where you could possibly get some more money and then it's like I'm out?
I want to travel, but I got to figure out how this COVID thing is and how they do with the out of state dancers. But
yeah,
there's a couple states I want to hit.
Like what?
I want to go to Chicago, Houston,
Okay,
and Arizona.
Arizona, that's not a place I don't hear too often.
Yeah.
No Vegas, nothing like that. Oregon.
No, I know someone in Vegas, and it's really not what it is for me personally.
I've been to a Vegas strip club before. It was all right. She looked like she made out with a lot of money, but it was a white girl. I don't know
Yeah.
I don't know how they treat colored girls in Vegas strip clubs.
Yeah, the cattiness. I don't like that.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. Let's see. Anything else? No, that's pretty much it. That's all I got. So, if you could put the word out to your co-workers,
Definitely.
I would appreciate some more insight on club life. See if I can, just get some stuff. I might make this a series. I don't know. I don't know what I'm thinking about doing. Like I said, I talk to a lot of people where it's like they deal with music or they deal with like art or they in some other field or whatever. But when it comes like the brass tacks, like the nightlife people, like I want to talk to like more promoters. I want to talk to more exotic dancers. I just want to talk to a different array of people. So, if y'all want to send suggestions in, Domino Effect Podcast at gmail.com for any comments, questions, or concerns. If y'all got anybody in mind that you want me to, sit down and chop it up with, let a nigga know. Other than that, Princess, I appreciate you coming and giving me your time.
Thank you for having me.
No problem. So, as the saying goes, one thing's for certain, we's too much for these niggas and three much for these hoes. I go by the name of Domino. That's Princess. And we out of here.
Domino, motherfucker, what's happening?
C'est tout.